Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our webinar session. My name is Manoj Kumar and I am the lead consultant at 42 Gears. 42 Gears is a leading enterprise mobility management provider offering SaaS and on-premise EMM solutions to secure, monitor, and manage all business endpoints. Our products support company-owned as well as employee-owned devices built on various operating systems such as Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, and Chrome OS. Today we'll be deep diving into SureMDM reporting engine. Before we get started, I would like to say that if you have any questions during the presentation, please drop them in the question box. I'll answer them at the end of the webinar. So without further ado, let's start with our topic for the day. For any business implementing an EMM solution to manage their business mobility, it is vital to calculate the return on investment, not just in monetary terms, but also its effectiveness. Enterprises need to know if the solution adopted to track, monitor, and manage business devices, data, and applications are helping to increase productivity and security. This is where reports plays a vital role. Reports are the easiest way for businesses to gauge the success of enterprise mobility management solutions. It basically helps enterprises gather relevant data that can be analyzed by management to make informed decisions. SureMDM reports allows admin to compile and extract information on large-scale devices. This is basically data extraction that can be turned into useful information to improve productivity. They can be customized as per the requirements of each company. This is a very useful feature offered by SureMDM reports. Customization allows companies to extract the exact data that they require without wasting time on a myriad of unnecessary information. SureMDM reports offer cloud-based storage, access any reports at any time without worrying about the storage space. Now let me quickly take you through the benefits of SureMDM reports. SureMDM reports gives a centralized view of the company's mobile architecture. It can be downloaded in .csv files, helping admin gain a centralized view of all the endpoints. SureMDM reports offer an easy way for companies to analyze the data related to their mobile infrastructure. It helps to keep track of deployments, progress, as well as usefulness of enterprise mobility management tool. With SureMDM, admin can keep track of the health of all devices on field and also stay updated on their performance over time. Regular updates on battery, storage, and other features will allow admins to take better decisions on device deployments. For example, if an admin wants to check which devices are running at a battery level of less than 10% or have less than 200 MB storage space, this information can be extracted using SureMDM reports for immediate attention. Reports will give accurate information on deployments of jobs or profiles such as Wi-Fi configuration, password policy, installed application, and geofence job. It will also help admin keep track of all the devices that the respective jobs have been pushed to at group or individual device levels. It will also help admins stay updated on the application running on various devices along with their version numbers. For example, suppose an admin has pushed out an install or update application job to a certain set of devices. So using reports, the admin will be able to check if the selected device have been updated with the correct version code. And finally, SureMDM reports can be scheduled as per company's preferences, and they can be customized as per management needs. It becomes very easy for management to put all these parameters together to track the ROI on enterprise mobility management. SureMDM offers you two different types of reports. The first one is on-demand report. On-demand reports, they have predefined templates. So there are around 10 predefined templates in SureMDM Console. We will see more about on-demand reports in our following demo. The second type of report is custom report. These reports can be customized based on your requirements or parameters. You can combine two or more different criteria to create a single report. So let's take an example that you can extract a report that shows you one parameter from the device details table, such as device name, and another parameter from applied jobs table, such as the job name. Combine both of them to create a custom report. I will take you through all the parameters and the steps in creating a custom report shortly. SureMDM on-demand reports gives you the option to select many different types of reports. So today I'll be covering some of the most important ones for you. So if you see here, the first one is the system logs. System logs will give you the activities that have been performed on all the enrolled devices. So the activities or the logs can be, for example, it can be the device online, offline status, the remote session status, or the job deployed status. So all these activities would be enrolled. So the next one is the asset tracking. It will list all enrolled device details, such as device name, battery information, IMEI number, platform, or the network information, etc. The next one is the jobs deployed. Jobs deployed gives you the details of all the jobs being pushed or deployed to selected devices or to a group of devices. So you can see, for example, you can see the job name, you can see the deployed status, is it still pending, error, or deployed. Device health. This will give you the details on battery percentage, storage space, physical memory for a specific period. And the last one is the app version. This version allows the admin to search any installed application on the enrolled devices. It will also list all the devices which has the application install name and the application version installed. So with this, now let's move on to the demo session. So I have just opened the SureMDM web page, and you can see the SureMDM username and the password over here. So if you are a new user, you can just click on the new user. You just enter the email ID, password, and the confirm password. So this comes with a 30-day free trial. And as I already have a user, so let me click on and already an user, and just punch in your username and password over here. So that's my username and password. Just click on the login button. And just wait for it to log in. And this is the SureMDM console. And if you see in the center, this is all the enrolled devices. And on the right hand side, you have the device information, network information panel. And on the left hand side, you can see the grouping part. And if you see on top, we have the menu bar. And in the menu bar, we would be looking into the reports module for today. Just click on the reports section. And in the report section, on the left hand side, you would see there are different modules. That's the on-demand reports, schedule reports, custom reports, and view reports. So first, let me start with on-demand reports. So the first one in the on-demand reports is the system logs. So as discussed earlier, using system logs, you can just find out what all are the activities that are being processed on the console. So if you want to see all logs, yes, you just enable the first option. Or if you're looking for a specific logs like show online offline log, or show app install uninstall logs, or show device info logs, or show remote support logs, or show job logs. So let me select show all logs here and select the group. So as all my devices are on the home group, let me select home for you and just select the date. So when you select the date, you can see there are the other parameters, like if you're just looking for the data of yesterday, or the last 1 week, or last 30 days, or this month, or you need for a custom range. Let me select last 1 week for you and request for a report. So when you click on the request report, so we have a mechanism for all on-demand reports and custom reports where the reports would get generated and it would be in the view reports module. Let me click on that view reports for you, and the first one is the system logs. So if you see here, I have selected for the home group as home, and you have two options here, either download or view. If you download it, it would be in a .csv format and it would be zipped. And if you want to view it right away, you can just click on the view section. So after you have clicked on the view section, so here you can see you have the name of the device, the log type, what time the timestamp of the log, and what is the log message. So you get all this information over here in the system logs. And you have the different parameters. You can always enable and disable the option, whichever is relevant to you. So let me move on to the next one. That's the asset tracking. As we said, it lists all enrolled device details. You can see all the details related to a device. So as my devices are on home group, just click on OK and just request for a report. So in the asset tracking, just go to the view reports again and just click on view. So if you see here, you have all my devices in the console, and apart from that, you have the other parameters like OS version, OS type, registered date, online offline status, MAC address, IMEI, IMSI, battery percentage, Wi-Fi related parameters, then the phone related parameters, IP address related parameters you can see here, then the 42 years product version numbers. So there is a lot of other parameters over here. You can apply filters. Filters would be based on the online offline status, device model, and the OS type. So if I am just looking for the Android as the OS type, so this will get filtered to just Android devices. And you can always enable and disable the option of your choice. Coming back to the on-demand reports, so call log is, if the feature is enabled for the call logs, you can just uh, track all the incoming, outgoing, missed and rejected calls. So for this, the option should be enabled first and pushed it as a job to all the devices. And as same, select the date, select the group, and are you looking for all the call types or a particular one? You just select that and you just request for a report. So it would be the same process. Just go to the view reports and view all your reports. For the jobs deployed, so if you have pushed any jobs from the job section or from the profile section, and if you just want to view that as a report, you can do that using SureMDM. So just select the date. Let me select for the last 1 week. All my devices are the home group. And here you can select the job. Are you looking for a particular job here? You can just select one of them, like Nix password change or a remote bus or a disable camera or disable Bluetooth or the location tracking. You can select one. In this case, let me select all as an option. So I've selected all and let me request a report. So just go to the view reports and you can always view the report. And here you can see the scheduled time, deployed time, and what was the job status. So the jobs that have pushed onto the device, all the jobs has been deployed, and this has been the job name and what is the device name and what was the user ID. So if you have given different user IDs, so that would list over here. So the same as the jobs deployed, if you're looking for an installed job report, so you can just always add one more field, that's the application name. You can just give the application name like SureLog, SureFox, SureVideo, and you can request it for a report. Moving on to the next one, that's the device health report. So device health report gives you the battery percentage, storage space, and the physical memory space. So you just select the date, 1 week or a month, and let me have a battery like a 10% less than or equal to, and the storage space or a physical state, you can just enter the value, select a group, and you can just request for a report. So this will give you the device health report. So the next one is the device history. So if you want to look at the history of the device, when it was enrolled and all the information, so then you just select the date. We can select as last 1 week. Select the device. So select the particular device that you are looking out for the history, and then you just request for a report. So this would give you the device history report. So the next one is the data usage. So if you're looking, if you're using both mobile data and the Wi-Fi data in your organization, and you want to keep a monitor on it, how many MB or how many GB of data has been consumed, you can generate a report on out of it. So you just give a date, start and an end date, and you just select the group on which group all your devices are, and you just request for a report. And once you request for a report, yes, you would be able to generate the information. And the device connected, so if you're looking for a device connected, so when was the last connection made onto the device, yes, you would be able to do it using the device connected time, and this would give you the last connected timestamp over here. Next one is the app version. So if you want to get version of application across devices, like for example, I have selected the home group and you wanted it for all apps or system apps or the download apps, and you just give an application name. In my case, let me select SureLog and let me request for a report. And just go to view reports and just click on the view. So here you can see if you have pushed Sherlock as a job to all the devices, and on the right hand side you can see, okay, there are 3 devices which has received 7.94 and 3 has not, where Sherlock is not installed, and one has very old version, that's a 7.74 and 1.5. So through this you can have a comparison on whether you have the updated version of Sherlock on all the devices. So with this we come to the end of on-demand reports. Let me show you the custom reports. So let me just click on create. Let me create a new custom report for you. So the first thing is you have to give a name. Let me give it as custom report, and here I would need the device information and job details. So this would be a small description, and if you see here, you have to select a table. So we have device detail as a table, as the first table. It has all the other parameters, sub parameters, and call log as one more table with sub parameters, then SMS logs, data usage, device location, applied job details, installed app details, and the system logs. So we have around 7 to 8 tables here. So based on my requirement, I would like to have device name and what platform is it, Android, iOS, Windows, and what is the battery percentage that I have to monitor on, and just click on the add. So that's, I have the information for table 1, and let me select the table 2. So the table 2 would be basically the jobs. So I need the job name and what was the status, and just click on the add. So this is my requirement. So that's the device information with the job details. And if you just come down, you can add filters. Like for example, from the table you can select the device name, and you can select the column as battery percentage. You have the less than equal to or greater than equal to. So you can give all this information. Or if you need to do further filtering, we have and an or operator. Based on this, the filtering, you would be able to do it. And let me do a sorting of this. Let me select the device name, and the sorting, we have 2 types, that's ascending and descending, and let me select the ascending. And apart from that, you can add groups. You can either give the column name group by, and you can give the aggregate options here, so from none and the different things. So let me save this custom report. And once you save this custom reports, so as this is a template that we have created, that the template would sit in the on-demand reports. If you see that at the last, it would become the custom report. So here you can select the device or the group. So let me select it as home and click on add and a request for a report. So the request is added to the queue. Let me quickly go check what's a custom report. So if you see here, as per my requirement, I have the device name, platform, battery percentage with the job names that has been pushed and what is the status of the job being pushed. So like this, you can combine 2 tables into a single table for your requirements. So the same report, if you want to modify it, yes, you will be able to modify it clicking on the modify button. And if you want to delete it, yes, you can always delete the custom report. So the next one would be the schedule report. Schedule report comes with 2 types. That is, if you want to schedule the asset tracking or a call log tracking, yes, you can schedule the report. So just click on the schedule new. And all the schedule reports comes with a 2 cycle, that's a daily or weekly. If you're looking for daily, report would be generated daily at 12 a.m. and if you're looking at weekly, that would be every Sunday at 12 a.m. And let me create one for daily with a mail to abc.123.com. That's just an example that I'm taking here. And you can just select device or group. Sorry. Yeah. So that's a mail to, and you can just select the device group. So in my case, it would be a home. Just add that and schedule this. So you can see that I have scheduled a daily report cycle to this mail ID, and that's the home group. You can have multiple schedules also. So one for daily and one for weekly. Yes, that's also possible to schedule. And once, if you have scheduled and you want to reschedule it, yes, you can do it. And if you want to delete any report, yes, that's also possible. You can delete from here. So with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you for listening. I would now like to move on to the Q&A session. If you have any questions on our presentation or demo, you can drop them in the question box now. Let me take you through the questions here. Okay, I see few questions here, so let me take you through the first question I see here. Can the reports be scheduled for multiple email IDs? So the answer is yes, it's possible using SureMDM schedule report. And if you need to see it here quickly, yes, we can do that. So we are in the schedule reports. Let me quickly reschedule this. And what you have to do is we have already given one email ID. Just put a comma next to it and just type in the second email ID over here and just say reschedule. So this daily report would go to ABC and Manoj for a daily report. So that's how you add multiple email IDs in a scheduled report. So the second question I see here is, I'm currently using SureMDM on-premise. Okay, how do I schedule my reports? Okay, so if you are using SureMDM on-premise, then you have to configure your mail server in your on-premise server. So where do you find this is, if you go to the C drive inetpub root slash SureMDM, there is a file called webapp.config. So just edit that file, and if you just click on the edit, there would be a key for mail server, mail user, and the mail password. And yeah, so if you enter this details and once configure and save it, once you schedule it, you should be able to get your schedule reports. And if you need, you can just type in search for the same configuring mail server on our on-premise. So we have a blog for it as well in our 42guess website. Okay, I don't see any other questions currently over here. So okay, if you do have any questions in the future, please feel free to drop in a mail at webinars@42guess.com or visit it at www.42guess.com. And with that, we come to the end of this webinar. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure being with you today. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.